So, of course, mobile administration and democracy. We'll quickly go in for these categories and try to see. In the communication, we have definitely the effective way we can do lot of communication, renewal of road tax. We don't get it from the government authority once your tax is over. But definitely we get reminder from the private insurance company, I'm sure. LIC is still to come up. But here we can see the renewal date is reminded through mobile. Passport renewal notification. Yes, this is another way the government will act, hopefully subsequently. Court sitting, hearing deferrals, license renewal, exam results may be other way. C2G means citizen has to log in and probably with the mobile. Many of us can get the result through the mobile. Yes, emergency broadcast. Yes, our IT department has organized with the disaster recovery department emergency broadcasting, the flooding of water, the barrage, etc., etc. Give me a tinkle if I'm exceeding time. Okay, fine. So now SMS is an effective channel for citizen to communicate with government. Citizen can text their representative to comment and complain about government officials and services. Yes, I have received lot of messages from some central government things that if somebody is any central government officers wants bribe or receives wants to take bribe, you can pass on the information to this number. So it is taking off in a good or bad fashion, whatever it is. Yes, M administration. Plenty of things can be done here, you see. NRHM, National Rural Health Mission, with the marvelous work can be planned. Telemedicine, wonderful, we are involved through the mobile. Through the mobile, irrigation, water resources, capturing, reservoir of storage, monitoring release of water through sluices, citizen grievance, electricity board, urban local bodies. Salt Lake municipality wanted to do a unique civic service through the mobile. Somehow, I wish they will start. There was, it seems, some street corners, some big billboards will be there, like garbage removal or pothole repair. So there will be some coded message in the billboard. So whoever sees somewhere some garbage is piled up, stinking smell, he can mobile giving the location to that coded number. It will have a registered, it will get registered in the server in the municipality, and he will get a reply, acknowledgement that his request has been received. And of course, to be seen how the service will activate. Public Works Department, M services, I will go a little quickly. SMS services is through the transaction to take. Department of IT and Electronics in central government has made a mobile service delivery gateway. It is a unique gateway and very economical, where from your internet you can take use of the gateway to the mobile service provider. So you can reach or send thousands of push-pull messages through this gateway. So this is mainly for the state, state e-governance societies can use this mobile gateway platform. There are a number of applications RTI and Aadhaar. Some more mobile applications in e-governance. This is I'm sure this Food and Supplies Department is seriously thinking on it from end to end. From the food corporations go down, taking the stores in the lorry and distributing to the different ration shops, so that you come to know whether rations are available in a respective shop. Irrigation, again reservoir level, urban local bodies, water supply, railways, ticket booking, etc. All that. Again, M-governance pros and cons, I will quickly go through here. Here it has been compared some of the services, government services, e-government services, whether you can, how you can deliver through the internet kiosk or through the mobile. All these have been categorized. I will leave this presentation with the Bengal Chamber of Commerce. So whoever interested, they can take it eventually. So I am almost fag end. So with all your permission, thank you. Hope it has been an eventful presentation. Thank you again.
Thank you, sir. May we now have Mr. Rajasekharan Balasubramanian to please deliver the industry perspective. Mr. Balasubramanian is the Chief Technology Officer of Cognizant Technology Solutions India Limited.
Very good morning. Respected dignitaries on the stage, distinguished guests from various industries and media, ladies and gentlemen, I'm really honored to be here. Really humbled also by looking at Bengal Chamber of Commerce, which is 160 years old, I was told, and I'm really happy to be here to see that an organization which has been out there doing the same service for 160 years is not a small achievement to continue continuously, right? That's a big applause to them, actually. Today, I'm here to talk about the industry views on the devices, the mobility, and the networking that brings in. There are multiple ways of looking at it. The mobility is just the mobile devices, what we carry as speaking device, or the tablet, or whatever you do, use it for computing, or take an extended view of saying, how do we make the devices play into a mobile world where we can achieve a lot of other applications using the devices and the sensors and the controllers. That is the new wave. So I thought I will focus on the second part of the aspect more in this. Definitely we are entering a new era of technology. All of you know that this happens once in 10 years. We had the mainframe for 10 years, then the client-server wave came, then the web world took over, and then we are now in the cloud technologies areas. So this happens, if you look at it from 1960s, every 10 years there is a big jump. So people have to scramble and move on to the next technology wave, adapt to it, and then it grows, suddenly then next wave comes. Everything is better than the previous version, right? It was a monolithic system with the mainframe, then we had a client server which allowed us to bring the desktop to your desk itself, the main power of computing to your desk. The next wave connected you to the rest of the world. Now it is not only connecting to the rest of the world, but also the devices are becoming very intelligent. That is the aspect that we are going to talk about, how the world is becoming smarter, intelligent, and we are ready to face the next set of applications which we have never experienced. We are at the edge of the S-curve, we call it. So the things that the technology disrupts the industries right now. It has been only an incremental change for last 5 years. Internet, lot of applications came. You got e-commerce and ERP systems on the internet. People were all enjoying that. Now there is a sudden disruption. What is that? Right? That is coming with the era where most of the economies also are in, we are not sure whether it is going upward, downward. People said it's a W, it will go down and it will go up. Again it will come down before it goes up again. It's because against the theory of only V, it will go down and it has to only come up. So there are people are all scrambling around and we still know what the verdict is fully. If you look at the technology side, there is a perfect storm of the data coming in from various sources, the social media and the sensors and the mobile, and that is filling us with storm of data coming in. And the economy and the devices, all of them are coming towards us to take us to a new area of technology transformation. The four pieces are really, we call it SMAC stack. S, M, and A and C. Social computing, which has changed our world. Nobody does any purchase without consulting a review from an online system. Whether you want to buy a two-wheeler or a four-wheeler or a TV or any of this, you consult the reviews and it's good with good intentions. Good salesman cannot sell anything anymore, right? If the product is not good, he cannot sell it because of the reviews. It's so transparent at the retail industry right now. So people are used to the referring to the social sites before buying it, and also the reviews, not only the ratings of the products and what your friends say about it, who already bought it, and the recommendation engine. So powerful social computing. The mobility adds the agility to that. So when I can do all of that when I am on the move. That is what mobility gives you. The previous speaker explained very well how the government can take advantage of that to get into various services using the mobility. And the analytics, that is where the big data coming in. And the data is coming from all directions unless you have a channel to convert the data into an information, onto an intelligence, onto an insight, and convert that into an actionable work, then it's all the data is waste, right? It is like a seismographic data, half of which we don't even use it. It will become like that. So how do I convert data into an intelligence insight, which I can take action on? That is where the big data is focusing right now. And to make all the things available, all the three things available, cloud is the most powerful thing that we have already got. Like in electricity, it is going to be everywhere. Any startup company from any nook and corner of the world can start a business now without investing anything. So you don't have to buy us computers and computer centers and people to manage. And I know one company in Chennai which runs completely on laptops with the data cards. They don't have even a LAN network in their office. It's a product company which has got 100+ people. Everybody has got a laptop and a data card, and the entire development, hosting, and product management, selling, their ERP system, everything runs on the cloud. They don't have anything, no servers in the office. So that is the world we are moving into, right? So all the three things to make it happen, the cloud is the underlying fabric that ties together. So these four, the SMAC stack, are here completely to transform the enterprises. Whether it's a small business or a large enterprise, doesn't matter. Our RET architecture will change in the next 5 years. It will not be a server-based where you have a server room and people connect to that and start working. That concept is completely going to change. It is going to be like a utility where it's an electricity thing. No, you just pay for what you have used and you can consume it from anywhere, from any device, work from anywhere, working from home. A lot of younger generation wants that, millennial crowd. All of that is going to be possible because of this cloud as the infrastructure spreading widely, right? So if you look at the why this is happening, right, the first technology change that has happened is the miniaturization. And with the computing power, what we used to get in a chip, it is now become 18 times what we had before. And it is supposed to grow another 6 times in the next 10 years. And if you look at the memory, same thing. What we could pack in a chip is multifold right now. Same with the network, same with the disk. So anything, these four are the ingredients of any computing you do. All these four, you can get it in a very, very small space, tiny chips, and very costly, very less costlier. Very, very cheap kind of, I didn't want to say cheap, but it's a very less expensive manner we can get all these for. This is the reason why people are getting all this computing in a wearable device. The cloud computing is popular because of this. They can pack tons and tons of CPUs in a small chip and put it in an array. Amazon adds mind-boggling number of CPUs on the disk every minute. So look at their supply chain coming from China and Korea, and they've got 8% of the failure that is happening every minute. You won't even notice that there is a failure when you're using Amazon. They are changing your CPU, the processor which is running your program is failing, and they are moving that program from that to the other one, and you don't even know that is happening. So that kind of technology changes are happening because of the miniaturization and the computing power that has come to us from all fields, right? So the size and the cost, both have become very much reduced. So if you look at time series wise, right? We used to have, all the enterprises used to go to a data center, like IBM will run, or EDS will run, or somebody else will run, where we get all our computing done. In India, I remember 1960s, UBS or UTS, I think. They used to carry the punch cards to the TCS center and get them processed. The payrolls used to get processed once in a month by taking the cards to the center. That was the era 20 years back. Then people started using the computing power in their data center. Every enterprise started having, okay, I can have my own data center, let me have my servers, let me do all the processing myself. So that shift from carrier to the enterprise happened. Then whatever you could get in the office, I can do it at home, because the computing power at my desktop or in my whatever I have at home has become very powerful. So the power of moving, doing the same things at home became very popular. Now the next era is getting everything done in your mobile. The mobile devices are very popular. The ARM processors, what we have in the mobile chips, are so popular. We don't even use 10% of the computing power what we have in your smartphones. So that is getting shifted to mobile. Mobile is not only the phone, tablets and everything included in that. So you can get things done on the move. The next thing that is happening right now, we are at the starting stages, the instruments that are getting embedded on you. It could be a wristband what you are wearing, or any finger clip what you can wear. It can be, there is a device called Bodyguard which you wear on your chest, which continuously measures your BP, and it can alert you if you are going to get a heart attack or a stroke, or your BP levels are increasing, or your there are glucometers which you can carry it with you. In a defense kind of a scenario where army people wear that computing device, where they are dropped in a land-manned field, they can figure it out what they have to do. But that is coming to a commercial field right now. If you look at the devices what we carry, the mobile phones, it used to be one per family, now it became two per family, then now it has become, for every children in the family, everybody carries mobile, more than one mobile. So the number of devices have exploded. It's not only devices, in the mobile devices, it is also the devices that you have it in your car, and like your navigation system, the devices that you have it at home, like a smart TV. When Samsung gives you a smart TV where you move your hand, you can change the channel. And there are devices put on your air conditioners which allows you to remotely control them. You can switch off the air conditioner before you come home from your office. You can open the car door with a remote key. Most of the cars have that, like a Volkswagen, and all the cars in India have got that devices. So the devices what you carry to control the things around you is becoming increasing. And that the number of people in the world and the number of devices we have, it is already crossed. If you look at it in 2008 or so, we crossed that. It is exploding right now. By the number of total population is 7.6 billion expected in 2020, and the number of devices we'll have is 50 billion. So that is the thing that we have to deal with, right? 50 billion devices are going to give you information all around the world. How do you deal with it? How do I make use of that to become very productive in whatever enterprise activity I am doing? That's what is called Internet of Things, right? That is what is getting popular right now. So IBM calls it 3 Is. World is now instrumented, instrumented meaning that there are devices put everywhere. Like this, Singapore is using the e-governance very, very well. They call it a smart city. They put devices in the sewage panels. If there is a block, the nearest signal will blink differently. The cops will immediately attend to that and make sure that that blockage is removed so that it doesn't come to the road and the water spoils the whole entire road. So those kind of things are happening, those kind of things are happening right now. The water, transportation, road, everywhere the mobile devices are helping us to make it better, right? That is what the e-governance is all about. The smarter cities, IBM has released almost a product in smarter city. Companies like Cognizant make use of the product to build application on top of it. So how do I use the data that is coming from the devices to make a meaningful application? That's what we are striving right now. So the world is becoming more the combination of the physical devices, virtual devices combined together. It is embedded into every device you have. We'll talk about some of the examples very soon. So the devices are everywhere, and what makes it very classic about them is the size of that, right? If you get 60 nanometer to 20 nanometer fabrication processes right now, which makes a chip so thin, so powerful, that is what is driving the whole thing. And if you look around us, we get a lot of time series data, stock market, or it is patient vital signal, signs, whether it's a BP or it's any of his temperature or anything. It is going to change every minute. How do I capture that? How do I keep record of that? How do I use it for a meaningful application to them? That is what we are trying to do it on the mobile world. If you look at the user interfaces, that is also changing. We don't have anymore the menus, and I'll have to select one option and work on it. To get one job done, I'll have to go through 15 screens to get it done. And every time I have to do the same thing. That is getting changed right now by gamification. You have every time a different experience when you get into a site. And you can, if you are a novice user, you'll be taken through a path where you will achieve it in, say, 7 steps. And if you are a person coming to that site again and again, we can do it in 1 or 2 steps. And you will be given some medals and achievement of getting the transaction done faster. So you will be motivated to come to the site again and again. That is what gamification is all about. And Gartner predicts gamification to be spread across all enterprise sites by 2020 or 2018 or something like that. So every site you go into, it will be a gamification kind of an aspect. When to do this, you need a lot of computing power, which is available right now. Look at the devices what we are using for actually working with the computer. That is also changing, right? We don't use the keyboard and the mouse anymore that much. Now there are devices like a Kinect, like a Xbox. People have got games will know this. So you can move. In fact, Samsung TV is already using that. You move your hand in front of the TV and it does some action for you. The S4 phone, what has been released in India, when you look at it and move your finger in front of the camera, it goes to the next page. So those are all not futuristic things anymore. They are all already there in India right now, available for us to make use of them. So a lot of devices using, this is called aptics, which is mainly human-computer interface is changing towards gesture computing, voice commands. You just talk to the computer, right? What do you want this to do? That is possible right now. Many of the insurance companies are saying, you don't have to type your name and everything. It will ask you questions, you answer them, the form is filled and it is submitted. So Nuance is the company which is driving that more and more right now. So, and Google Glass, people must have heard. The people, that has been released for 2,000 people already, where you wear a glass and there is a projection here which shows a screen on which you will get all the information what you are looking through your eyes. So there is a sensor detects what you are seeing and the information is received through the back-end systems and that is displayed on your screen. So that is Google Glass, that is given to 2,000 people, and 2014 February or something they are commercializing and releasing it to the world. I'm sure there will be a lot of application that can be done. A mechanic can look at the engine, he doesn't know how to repair it, that can be completely guided in that. So, hey, remove this radiator, take out those 4 screws and put this fan here, things like that. The danger is, it should not go to the college students, they can get the answers to all the questions in the paper. So that is that powerful, right? So you can get everything when you are wearing a glass, and that is coming up very quickly. So these applications are going to come. The technology is giving us not something breakable, right? It is very stable, proven, and that's why they're experimenting with 2,000 people right now. We are not talking about Google cars, which is driven completely without human, right? They have run 800,000 miles without putting a driver in the seat. So all that is happening. So interfaces are changing. This is what is more important, right? Interfaces are becoming intelligent. This is where the intelligence part comes, which is going to change. This is what we call it as disrupting the industry. When you're sitting in front of the computer, there is a camera which sees your face. And we can do image processing on your skin, the wrinkles and the face contours, and we can detect whether you are a male or a female and what age group you belong to, right? Whether you are a 20-plus guy or 70-plus guy. Depending on age group and the gender, we can put the correct content in front of you. The person who is a younger person, who wants to see a sporty car or new gadgets, things like that, that kind of a contents can be shown. Or if you're an elderly person, we can show you retirement programs and how to settle in life, or how to spiritually move on to the next stage. Those kind of contents can be shown. We are still not talking about personalization, knowing who you are, right? This is only a typing of the people. So that is what the industry is moving to. There is a product that is available right now from Kara Software, which allows us to do that real time right now. And we can measure your home size and everything through that camera and suggest some new thing. Hey, you got nothing in your living room where you are working from. Why don't you buy this sofa? This will fit in very nicely there, and this is the price and all that. I can push it also as a recommendation. So these kinds of things are becoming reality right now. I'll go through some of the examples of the applications of that which are already in place, right? I don't know whether you can read that. Sorry for the fine print. I wanted to pack all the examples in one slide. So for the hospitals, as I said, you can wear the devices. The hospital will say you are going for a say sugar patient or something like that, and they will give you a glucometer that you can wear it, or some accelerometer you can carry it with you. They can find out whether you are doing normal walk every day. That measures how much walk or any aerobic exercise you have done for the day. So we know whether you are regularly exercising and you are taking your medicine, because the pill bottle has got the consumption measured through that sensor what is in the cap. And also they will get a lot of information through your mobile phone. Hey, you are not done the exercise today, you are not taken the pill today, and your BP level has increased because of that. Just do this today or come to the doctor. If it increases some threshold value, it can alert you. So those kind of applications are there. This is not just a joke. The Cigna insurance in US is putting that to all their patients so that they are prevented from getting the diabetic disease, right? So the diabetic patient, before you become a diabetic, they want you to get through this regime so that you don't spend insurance dollars. So it's a commercial value attached to it. Whether they care whether you are not diabetic or not diabetic, that is different. But they can monetize this so that their members don't get into diabetic and make the insurance company pay for more. If you look at insurance industries, nowadays you buy any vehicle, you pay for the entire year, right? You buy a car, the insurance you pay for the entire year. Vehicle, two-wheeler, you pay for the entire year. Instead of that, can I pay a lump sum amount upfront and make them take a value of that insurance money every time I use the vehicle? And how I use the vehicle. If I am driving in a very risky, high traffic area, nothing there as a risky, let the consumption be less. I am a very safe driver, I drive at 30 kilometers per hour speed, then it should be less. If I am driving at 80 and suddenly applying brakes and my consumption should be higher. That is possible right now. There is a device which you can put it in the dashboard, which will give